like I'm on the brink of something beautiful, or maybe terrible. I know I shouldn't ask you to be open with me when I have my secrets that I tend to keep safely under lock and key. I'm hypocritical, but at least I know we could be beautiful, or maybe terrible. Only one way to know. Only one way to know. Is this a yes or a no? Which way will it go? Only one way to know. Only one way to know.
Hey there, gang. Welcome back to the Tavern. Welcome back to ABHAILE, and welcome to 2025. Let's hope it doesn't suck quite as much as last few years have. We are back here tonight with the Disinherited, out here in the riven coast of Borealis' southwestern expanses. When last we left off, our nascent heroes had split up to tackle the town. Finlow and Hunter, the pair of you, set off searching for drugs and trouble, finding, thankfully, both in short order. Trouble in the form of Lyle Audette, a once confederate of Finn and fellow cleric of the Dreamtide, and drugs as well. Because when you go looking for something strange in a big strange city, you're more than likely to find it straight away. Meanwhile, the rest of you managed to stumble into an accidental meeting with the Margrave Lothar Varen, the newly installed Margrave of Marglin. He shared with you guys some of his goals for turning Marglin around and into a town worth being proud of. To do that, however, he would need your help getting to the bottom of this fern situation. And you guys know fern is this weird powdered drug that's been circulating around the area lately like wildfire. And as well as the disappearances that have been happening down in the town mines. So we pick up from there as a few errant snowflakes fall here and there. It's around noontime here on the first day of Nethara. It's cool, but you guys have a warm lunch in your bellies from one of the many street vendors set up along the Evermarch. So I will leave it back to you guys. Maylee's here and being quiet.
Don't talk to her.
So I talked to me. Nah, I'm just fucking kidding.
It is just the skeleton pops up and says, "Go away!"
Sorry, Jelly, she died. I don't know. Oh, that's a weird button that I don't know what it does. But yeah, as you guys are gathered here alongside of the Evermarch, there's a steady stream of traffic going by down the road north and south. Just to kind of like catch everybody, because it's been a minute. Right before we had closed off for 2024, you guys had met with the Margrave, and he had kind of given you guys some information towards pointing you towards the Valemore Mining Company and the missing miners that have been happening there, as well as a few other things. And there was also a big job board in Brant's Tavern.
Hunter pipes up and says, "I mean not to be a bother, but I believe that our best way of going about this is the mining company, so that we can earn favor."
I concur. It may be in our best interest to get on his good side.
I agree.
And
Glad we're in agreement. Glad we are in agreement.
Real quick, I will pull us over to the map here. Our little butt cheek map. I swear every time I see it, I just see like a pair of like boxer briefs that's doing like a little kick. Sorry, and also I remember Fork Pony, guys.
Oh yeah.
Remember Fork
Yeah,
Pony?
I straight up think that this should be the first design you have, is a pair of boxer shorts that just have this logo on them for
Actually,
sale with like,
That'd be surprisingly easy to do also, though. That's actually really neat. But I did promise you guys Fork Pony, so Fork Pony you shall have.
Hooray!
Oh!
Welcome
Ooh.
to Maraglen.
Nice.
Whoa!
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
This
Dope.
was,
Oh, that's so cool.
this was made by a good friend
Mine's
of
still
mine.
loading.
You will be present with a gift here in just a second. This was hooked up for us by a good friend of mine named Larissa. I show off to the folks at home though. Like looking down here, like zooming in on these things, you can see these alleyway, like the wagon tracks on the road as like they like make their way through town and stuff.
that's dope.
Yeah,
Nice.
the detail on it is crazy.
I believe we should head to the mines post haste to deal with this problem as soon as possible.
Agreed.
I think I might be able to sell a pint or two there.
Oh, excuse me. Cough off a piece of the bull fragment that I ate last session.
It's just fun
Ugh.
to...
Apologies. That was stuck there for a few minutes.
Does he make like dot matrix printer noises when he coughs? Like...
No, it just sounds like dial-up.
It just sounds like porcelain scraping against metal and then just onto the ground.
Wow, awful.
Anyway.
Heck yeah.
Oh, Pixel's internet died.
It happens. We'll give him here just a second. And then I'll probably
We may
take
need to
us
try
off.
with-
Let me just take us off this map. I think that might have been part of the problem. So yeah, you guys start trudging off in the direction of the mining company. It's a pretty bustle and busy day here in town. Anybody that wants to is welcome to roll me a perception check as you guys are making your way across town.
Absolutely.
Sure.
I like dice rolling.
You got it.
Oh, ignore the second one. First one's a 13.
Heck yeah.
9.
9.
Oh yeah, I gotta mess with my dice.
Going to perception, which is not great for me.
Speaking of...
That is a 9. I'm focused solely on my goal and nothing else.
Man, look at all these 9s
Stay with
everywhere.
Hunter.
Nines everywhere. It's nines.
Heck yeah.
Picking up the
Ooh,
secret.
this is delightful. You guys are fun. It's just
Yellow
awesome.
would really appreciate that, I think.
It's just
Oh, nice.
awesome not seeing the Shala's freaking 32 fucking perception checks.
We'll have that now.
No, now we have Adran doing that, which is quite
Oh.
nice.
The joys of being low leveled again.
I love it. It's fun for me. So yeah, as you guys are making your way through town, Tome and Hunter, you guys are experiencing probably a little bit of culture shock. Spending most of your
can I
time. Oh, go ahead, sir.
Oh, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
I am focused solely on the mission. Nothing else matters. I do not care. That's my excuse for rolling a 9.
I think
Because
I think that's the point state Hunter's in probably too, akin to Tome. Like, being around people is not his like bread and butter.
Yeah. A small child crosses my path. I accidentally knock them over. Keep going. Don't give a shit.
Hell yeah. And yeah, it's a pretty uneventful walk across town. It's a little chilly. There's a little bit of a cool breeze, but it's not even that difficult of a walk. Earlier in the morning, Hunter and Finn, you guys have encountered some slick spots. Now most of the snow on the ground has kind of been trampled to a slush that's just kind of been beaten into a shallow mud. It's really kind of just yucky a little bit, like New York City in wintertime. A lot of brown snow. But as you guys make your way through town, Adran, with an 18 on a perception check, will you roll me an insight check?
Can do that. Not too great at the insights. Oh, no, it's not.
Not great at all.
My head's on a swivel, but I'm not taking in anything.
Yeah, I think we'll go with this. This is fun. I like this. This is a fun combination of dice rolls. So, with an 18 perception check, you have this feeling on the back of your neck like you're being watched, maybe. But you're looking around everywhere. Rooftops, alleyways, behind boxes, on top of things, looking, you're not seeing anything, but there's just a weird, uneasy feeling that kind of just sits at the back of your mind. Not necessarily even like triggering fight or flight, but just that weird, like...
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys make your way. And 1 second. So if I can find this. So as you guys are on kind of like a diagonal road that's going southwest towards the mining company, you're kind of pushing your way into a more residential area, and you're kind of leaving behind those well-trodden main paths and brown snow and yucky shit, and kind of making your way into a town that's more or less blanketed in fresh snow. Hard to tell, but maybe a foot and a half fell overnight. And while the main paths have been, like I said, diligently shoveled and plowed, there's still some gathering here in between buildings and along street sides that crunches and sloshes beneath your boots as you guys are walking. You guys see ahead of you a T intersection where these Tudor-style buildings along the way seem to reflect the uneven fortunes of the town. Many structures are weathered and sagging, as though they've endured years of neglect. The smell of damp wood and coal smoke lingers in the air, and evidence of a recent effort to repair and clean is evident, even amongst the snow. You can tell where a fresh coat of whitewash has been applied, or newly mended shutters, where some shingles have been replaced on a rooftop, or rotting wood has been cut free and removed and replaced with fresh timbers. It's an interesting mix, and you're starting to kind of put together the words that Margaret Farron had said, where you're kind of noticing that the town, it is a little bit in like a state of disrepair, but you can tell that at least recently there's been an effort put forward into upping the curb appeal. But as you guys make your way Hunter, go ahead, sorry.
How well does it look like it's working?
Roll me a perception check, or investigation, either way.
Can I guidance him on this?
Probably not for this one.
I'm gonna actually. Can I get in on this with an investigation? Because I'm actually also curious about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
My eyes start to light up.
18.
18. Hell yeah.
Let's see.
Mr. Tome.
18 as well.
18 as well? Hell yeah.
Why are we weirdly in sync today?
I know, right?
Hey.
Because my other friend Will came over tonight.
It's the will. It's the wills.
Where there's a will, there's a way. All right, I'll let the DM talk.
Nothing but goodwill all around, guys.
Oh, boy.
With an 18, Jinx, you owe me a D&D Coke.
Take will.
So, anywho, with an 18 perception check, Mr. Hunter, you can tell that it's not everywhere, and you can tell that like there's definitely a emphasis on restoring some of the more like commercial properties, maybe some of the more like universally utilized tenement homes and things like that, and then kind of less so with the private residences. There are some that look like they've been, refreshed or cleaned up a little bit. Some that look like they've always been like held in a higher higher standard of repair. It kind of looks like the effort falls off when it comes to the private homes, though, and looks like there might be some expectation on the homeowner. And Tome with an 18 on the investigation side of things, I would say there's definitely a layer of filth on top of everything that looks like it's just in the process of being scrubbed down. It looks like the town's going through a process of transformation, which maybe resounds a little bit with you, Tome. But it looks like it's been done well. But as you guys approach, the mining company, and there's really no delineation aside from just a kind of a split where it goes from these type of residential buildings to these more industrial looking buildings. There's a couple large buildings up front that you kind of look at, and they hold the bearings of a office or a headquarters type of building. And around it, a varying array, probably a dozen or so buildings that look like anything from warehouses to bunks, or even like one building looks like it may be a canteen or a mess hall of some type, situated on the corner there. And across the way from the mining company, if I'm gonna maybe kill Matt's map again. So if you guys are walking down this road here, from the center of town towards the mining company down here in the southwest corner, you're seeing this whole corner down here is kind of the whole mining company. And across the road from it, kind of painted with a very reminiscent of the Borealan blues, you see a large stable and office building, single floor office building, but a office building nonetheless, that has like an attached warehouse to it.
Would you bring this for me, please?
Yeah, it's right across, it's this stable yard here. And you guys, as you're passing the building, you're able to notice a sign on the front of it that says, that is the Blue Skies liveries. And Cal, for this one, I'll give you a history roll if you'd like.
Sure. You said history?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry if I'm clearing my throat a lot.
Oh, you're good.
I had COVID. I got over it, but I'm still got lingering.
Yucks.
19.
19, not bad
Yes,
at
very much so. Very
all. You've heard of the name Valemore Mining Company before, and it's really kind of no surprise to see the FAMs, the business down here in Marglin. Blue Sky Group, it does frequent business kind of as the exclusive couriers of the Valemore Mining Company, who you would probably also know with a 19 history check that the town's biggest export is raw silver from the silver veins underneath the town, and they are widely regarded and appreciated by the Borealan Regency for their it's fucking it's a silver mine. Of course they like them. They like money. And you know, the Blue Sky Group, they are where money flows. But yeah, as you guys are oh, go ahead, Hunter, sorry.
This is a dumb question. From the looks of it, is it clear to say, are the coins minted here, or are they shipped off somewhere else to be minted? Like the silver gets shipped off.
With we can roll off of that 18. I like that 18. Looking down the road, like towards this, I want to call it a gate in the wall, but it's really not. It's more like just an opening in the wall where the town walls are kind of built into a rocky hillside, as it were, and that's where their silver mine is. So the walls just kind of end there, and as you look down the road there, past groups of miners and workers that are gathered and talking in voices too far away to be heard, you can see a couple of sturdy buildings that have guards out front. And this is another thing to point to the general state of the town. While the town as a whole is in levels of disrepair, the mining company here is not. Everything here is spick and span. Everything here is put together and polished. The guards are out front of these two buildings specifically that you can see, Hunter, with an 18. These two buildings along this through road have spears in their hands and more solid, sturdy doors than the rest of them. So I think I think the best bet is that they are the ore is harvested or mined here and then transported out. It's probably not minted here. They don't seem to have the scope of a facility that would be required for like large scale smelting or anything like that.
Gotcha. But it is still like they are providing a shit ton of money for the government itself.
Correct. Yeah. They are definitely well integrated part of the bureaucracy here. But yeah, as you guys are approaching, there's people out and about. Nobody stops you as you guys approach. It doesn't look like there's any type of gate or any type of like actual demarcation separating the mining company from the rest of town. So as you guys walk up, you're almost completely unmolested by anyone. But you guys are free to go wherever you like.
I'd like to hail down someone that's nearby, just out of curiosity.
Cool. Roll me a D8.
Sure, you got it. It's because again, I don't really have that many interactions with people outside the bunch that the band that I met yesterday.
I get you. So, yeah, as you guys are kind of like walking towards this intersection, yeah, kind of leaning closer towards this building that you can tell looks fairly official and whatnot, and has like their signage out front of it and everything. You come across a middle-aged gentleman. He's wiry, thin, tall, and lanky, with a patchy, scruffy beard. And lean but strong arms that look like he's used to doing hard labor. He's wearing peasant clothes. Doesn't look particularly dirty or anything. He's just kind of leaning up against the wall with a pipe in his hand, smoking away. Smells to be a tobacco type of a blend to your all's nose. He looks at you and he says, well, you're a strange looking fella.
I get that a lot.
Do ya?
Yes. I have heard it exactly 63 times since I have left my privacy.
Is that including the one I just did, or is that not including the one?
You would be number 64.
I like that number.
I have an inquiry.
I might have an answer for you. What you got?
Kind of looks towards the big official building, then looks back towards the ones that aren't so nice. Why is this building nicer than the others?
Well, this is where the boss works.
Why would... I see. And why does this house need to be so nice?
It's not his house, you see. That's just where he works. And that's not just where he works. He's got a bunch of honchos and sub-honchos, and those sub-honchos got even sub-honchos, and they all kind of work together and answer for each other. Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm a honcho. I'm in the rung of honchos somewhere in there.
If this house is so nice, and he kind of looks back towards the other ones, why are those ones in such disrepair?
Well, you know how a house works, don't you, my weird friend? You own a house. It's yours, right? He looks at you and he says, okay, so you own a house. Not saying that you own a house, my friend, but I'm just saying that, you hypothetically, if you owned a house, you lived in a house, right?
No. The closest comparison I can find is a tower.
Okay, yeah, but okay. Right? Okay, I'm going to work with you on this one. Holy cow. He looks at the rest of you guys and he's like, wow. All right. The tower, your tower, right?
Yes.
How does it look right now? Is it nice?
He says nothing and just kind of stares.
All right. So, these folks over here, and he points over to a house across the road that the second floor is sagging slightly. Those people elected not to take care of what's important, which being the supports that hold up their house. They put their effort and their money into other things. The honchos here at the mining company, they care about their outward appearance. They want to make a good appearance. They want to look good to the fancy folk that come through, and the important folk, and the common folk, and the lower folk. They want to be better than them. So they make themselves look better. It's all about...
I love having to explain Morgan to a robot.
I am confused.
Hunter's just standing there completely deadpan, waiting for himself to be useful again.
I am confused. If you are so much better off than your neighbors, then why do you not help them?
It's alright. Some people are so vegetarian, common man.
I wish to hear it from him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I can explain capitalism to you very good, my friend, in a way that'll make sense. Because it don't make a whole lot of sense. Nearest I can tell you is it's just kind of the way the world works.
The way the world works. I am done with this conversation. Good day to you, sir. I'm going to keep walking in towards the building.
Okay. Bye-bye.
On the way in past, I'm going to stop him and go, it's a nice pipe you got there. And I'm going to pull out mine and say, you got a light?
I'm sure I do. Yeah, hang on just 1 second. And by the way, it's not that nice of a pipe, but it's nice that you're, being nice to him. It kind of looks, it's pretty corn cobbish, but he pulls out a little wax container with some matches in it, and he strikes one on the bottom of it and holds it out for you.
Well, thank you kindly, sir. Thank you kindly. I make pipes.
Oh, no kidding. I tried to.
Now, I couldn't help but overhear you talking to my friend about how you're one of the higher ups here, right?
Yeah, real high up.
A man of your stature, you need a nicer pipe. I'm gonna reach into my pocket. I'm gonna pull out one that I just whittled and finished. I'm gonna show it to him, and I'm gonna just say, a gift from the dreamer, and I'm gonna hand it over to him as a gift.
He picks it up and he bonks it on the wall and he listens to it. I don't know what he's listening for, but he bonks it on the wall, listens to it again, and he's like, "That's a nice pipe. I appreciate that, little friend."
Well, a man of your stature deserves a symbol. Imagine how jealous your friends are going to be. You know what? When they want one like it, and I promise I won't sell them one as nice, but you tell them where you got it, and I will get them something almost as nice.
You got yourself a deal, my little friend. What you
ask them to find the lighthouse.
Oh, okay. You're one of them cryptic people, aren't you, then? The lighthouse.
No, that's the name of my bar that I sell the pipes out of, too. It's a traveling bar.
Oh, okay. I thought you was pulling my leg. Because, you see, my friend Ronnie, he had told me about this one place called the Mumble Drum or something. I can't remember what he called it. The Mumble Drum, maybe? I don't know. But he says that the Mumble Drum is a bar, and it's better than all the other bars in town. And the Mumble Drum is a hidden bar, and you got to know where to find it.
Oh, what do you know of it?
I think he's pulling my leg. I think it was bullshit.
Which friend is this?
There's Ronnie.
Ronnie? Is he one of the higher ups too?
He was. He got taken.
Oh, he's taken?
Yeah, Ronnie.
We gotta find him I gotta find him to find out where'd he go.
I gotta find him to get my money back, because I gave him a whole silver piece just for information, and I don't think it's a real place.
Well, I'll tell you what. I gave you that pipe. Why don't you just tell me that information he gave you? And then when we save him, I will send him back to you with a silver piece.
Okay, so you want some information?
Yeah, whatever information he gave you.
All right, I'll give you a secret. I'll give it to you for free.
Oh, okay, what's up?
I just told you what he told me. It's a bar. It's called the Mumble Drum. And I don't.
Drum. That's what it was. I'm sorry, man. My religious supplement really affects my brain.
Oh,
makes me forgetful. Mumble Drum.
Mumble Drum. I think. Could be wrong.
Thank you. How do you like that pipe?
So it seems good. He hasn't gone through the trouble of emptying out his and loading his new one. He's just smoking his old one still. It looks nice.
I'm going to take a little bit of the tinkle and just put it right in there and say, you save that for later. Enjoy your first pipe from the Dreamer. And don't forget, the Lighthouse Bar.
The Lighthouse. Perfect. And
what is your name again, though?
Oh, my name? My name is Jeb.
Yeah. Jeb?
Jeb.
Finn. Good to meet you, friend. Then I'm gonna head on in and I'm gonna follow Tome in.
Gotcha.
Can I have Hunter catch up to Tome for a moment?
Absolutely.
Hunter approaches Tome, kind of readjusts. He probably has some kind of cowboy hat on at the moment. Readjusts it and leans over to Tome. And is like, "Don't listen to that man. He has no empathy in his heart for the common man at all."
Hunter, I require context. What did that man mean by the way the world works?
Well, fundamentally, some people believe that there is that everything in life you have to work for. And that if you get a free handout of any kind, that's you taking stuff away from people who rightfully deserve it. Unfortunately, a lot of people believe that, and a lot of people suffer because of that. I've seen firsthand my entire life the people who suffered because of that. As someone who I didn't have a home for most of my life, I relied on the generosity of strangers. So when people say things like that, you can tell they've never walked a mile in someone else's shoes.
I just do not understand. There is clearly a surplus of materials, and yet there are structures that require them, and yet they do not share.
I don't understand either, man. Sometimes we just gotta fight for a better world in any way we can. I do that by shooting monsters that hurt other people, protecting the goods that need to go from place to place. Maybe you can do it by fixing those inequalities in some way.
This is useful data. You have my thanks, Hunter. But we must make haste. There are people that need to be saved. But I will take one last look towards that desiccated building that's kind of just that you described before that has like a whole second floor missing. I will attempt to commit it to memory if that is possible.
Absolutely. I would say that's no problem at all, Hunter. Tome, you're not Hunter, you're Hunter. Hunter, as you are...
Hunter tips his hat like, jobs gotta get done.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And as you guys are finishing up that little conversation there, you guys are probably about 10 feet away from the front of this building. The front door, it's a double door situation, slams open. And this big burly, thick-armed, again, middle-aged, but looking a lot more put together and, like, sturdy than the previous fella that you guys talked to. He comes barreling out of there and he says, "I don't give a fuck, Lud. We gotta find our friends." And he stops and he looks at you guys. "Who are you?"
I believe we can help you with your problem. The Margrave sent us to solve your problem. The disappearances that you were just referencing.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Sorry. The name's Sven. You guys are...
Tome Volarus.
Your name's Sven?
Like you meet your acquaintance?
He runs around.
Did you say your name was Sven?
Sven. Sorry. It's...
Sven. Sven. I was saying I'm Finn.
Yes.
I thought you said Finn.
S-V-E-N.
I got you. It's close.
It's It's close to Finn, but it's Finn. And so he runs around and grabs your all's names. And he says, so the old Margrave sent you down here. I'm kind of surprised.
Yes. He sent us to find those who were abducting individuals from the mines. He was very clear to take them alive, though termination might be necessary, depending on circumstance.
Huh. And you can tell he seems quite surprised by this. Kind of like, well, shit, anybody wants to, more than welcome to roll an insight check.
Can I guidance it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say Hunter. I will have Hunter choose to fail this because he's not good at reading people.
Totally fair. And yeah, and Rain, you're more than welcome to guidance on this because you guys are like, this is a prepared. Yeah.
Sure. Why not?
That'll be a 15.
Not bad, not bad.
That is a 9.
9. Cool. 15, definitely not bad, though.
Oh, wait, no. I forgot. Hunter has a +8 to insight. He's good at reading people.
Roll ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad I did that. That's a 26.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, heck yeah. Sorry, what was your total?
Hunter's constantly on edge. Of course he's good at insight.
Yeah. Yeah, you are more than welcome to roll that if you'd like, sir.
You know what? I'm going to say a little bit.
26, gotcha. And Finn, what's up?
I said I would like to say a little prayer and cast bless on. Let's do will.
Hold on. One second. Bless does not apply to ability checks. It only applies to saving throws.
Adding it on just in case.
So just to be above board.
That have a time limit.
Yeah, it's got a pretty short time limit. So just to be above board
you
with
are
you guys.
absolutely right.
Yeah, yeah, just to be above board. I'm not throwing you guys into an imminent combat right now, so you're good right now. But one extra second. Sorry, guys. Cool. Extra second up. Go ahead. Sorry, Hunter.
Final PC art for Deadlight Symphony is complete now.
Hell yeah. Shit, yeah. I'm super stoked. I will remind me after the game, and I'll put another post out for everybody to see if we can get a session 0 going sometime.
Yeah, please.
But yeah, with a 15 and a 26 from both Finn and Hunter, our short people hunters in the group, you guys kind of get the feeling from Sven here that he's extraordinarily surprised. The type of feeling you're getting is like the Margrave said, yeah, we'll get somebody on that right away. And, you know, kind of like when you call the police to say that some suspicious guy's been around, they're going to be like, yeah, we'll get on it, but they're not going to do anything type of thing. I think you're kind of feeling like that's a lot of what this guy was expecting. And then now you guys are all present and accounted for and willing to help, and that's a surprise. So y'all are gonna go down into the mines. All right.
Post haste, yes. Before that, I have a question before we begin.
Well, of course, go for it.
Who would I go to see to help with the restoration effort in this town?
Oh, that's a big question. So like, you're talking about like fixing stuff up, cleaning up around town?
Fixing the desiccated buildings and infrastructure, yes.
Well, you could probably talk to the Margrave. That'd probably be a good place to start. Barring that, you just want to talk to the folks that have rough-looking homes, see if they could use the help. Barring that, you might go find a lumber company. There's a few of them on the outskirts of town. They're always looking for help.
Very well.
I know
Now to the task at hand.
Mighty few people be appreciative of that type of thing. But,
it is what is right.
Yeah. So what do you guys know about our situation?
What we've been told.
People have been going missing in the mines is the general idea that we have gathered from what the Margrave told us.
And you know,
he has suspicions in my... Oh.
You know our situation here, don't you?
Elaborate.
The big honcho here, Mr. Valemore, we used to be the Margrave town, and they run him out. So that's why we's shocked to see you guys coming to help us out. Figured they was done with us.
There is someone in need, so that is why we were sent.
I got you. All right. So, all right. Come on down here. I'll kind of give you the tour. I'm not going to be able to go down there with you.
Very well.
We've been kind of ordered by the higher ups to stay out of the mines until the situation's dealt with. Anyways, they can't be affording to have any more folks going missing.
The situation will be dealt with, and the offenders thoroughly punished.
Okay. I like you. You're serious.
I am simply here to work, sir.
I like that just as much. He turns around and yells over his shoulder again. Hey, Lud, get out of here. Lud. A couple seconds later, you see a little, a short human come running out. He's a short, stocky guy, bald head with a big mane of a beard going down to the middle of his chest. Big burly arms again, looks like a hell of a worker. He says, this here's Lud. He's the foreman of the evening shift. He's going to get you down to the bottom, show you how the stuff all works, because everything looks like it's new and nice around here, but that elevator's a bitch. She'll get you.
I see.
Lud looks over and he's like, hey, it ain't that bad, but she's temperamental mistress.
Have there been problems with the elevator hurting people in the past?
Well, it's not that she'll hurt you so much as she's just a temperamental mistress. You see, she's gonna get stuck, and you have to hit her just the right way to get her to unstuck. Otherwise, you're going to just be dangling halfway up and down the shaft, which ain't that big a deal, but eventually you're going to go one or the other ways. You want to do
if your elevator is in need of repair, I may be able to offer my services to assist.
Are we sure it's not a mimic?
I don't know what that is, but it's an elevator.
I'm pretty sure if they're using it, it's not a mimic.
It's
a mimic. It could be a mimic playing the long game.
He's complicit.
Playing the long con. Do they even do that?
Maybe.
There's nothing Hunter loves more than mimics, and he nearly is about to go on a very long tirade about mimics and how they work and their science. And he's like, "No, these are new people. I can't do that.
Can't let them know my secret."
Good.
I know everything about mimics.
Tome kind of produces his tinker tools, just kind of show his expertise.
Okay, well, I mean, I ain't gonna say no to that. I don't think he's gonna say no, and I know the big boss won't say no. Especially you all probably won't say no, being you're gonna have to ride on the elevator, so you probably want it working, right?
I will attempt to do what I can, but I cannot make any promises.
Well, let's get walking then. And he will.
Yes, sir.
he'll guide you guys along, and you guys will head down that path towards the gap in the wall and the mine. And you guys are passing on your doing mental gymnastics. What would be your all's right hand side down here? Over here, you guys are passing a row of warehouses, and then this last building down here towards the wall is a looks to be a very simple workshop with like probably a real simple forge for shodding horses and things like that. Nothing like big, but you know, repair work and whatnot. And then on the other side is where you see these two big, beefy, like high security guarded warehouses. And then just as you guys clear the end of the town and like step out from the walls, there's snow piled up, but it's been cleared away from the mouth of the mine. And what you see when you approach the mouth is a large, wide, squat cave. There are several chambers that go back on either side. Looks like they've got boxes and stuff in them that you can see from the entryways. There are wagons lined up, probably 4 or 5 of them right out front, that are waiting for stock to be loaded up or unloaded. It's hard to tell, but there's no one out here. As you guys made your way towards the walls, you passed several people who were in groups and clustered talking, some of them shooting glances your way as they were curious about this group that's come to supposedly help save them from their troubles. He guides you all along and he says, all right, now up here, that's the elevator. That's where Bertha is. Bertha's, like I said, she's a temperamental mistress. So the way she works is you're going to crank her, and then you're going to go down a little bit. And you'll crank her some more, and she's going to go down a little bit more. And you'll crank her some more. You're going to do that a lot, because that's a long-ass bit.
Interesting.
Sometimes she'll get hung, and she won't go no further. And that's when you got to bang it. And you got to do it in just the right way. If you do it too hard, you're going to knock those pegs loose, and then you're going to fall. Don't do that. Falling bad.
I see.
There were so many, that's what she said, opportunities in there. I had to bite my tongue.
May I investigate Bertha?
Yes, you may.
I'm sorry. Instead of saying it a dozen times, I waited until the end.
Hey, it's appreciated, but I love, oh, that's what she said.
Yeah.
But yes, Tome, as you approach Bertha, you see a large wooden platform that's been reinforced with steel banding along the center lines that you can assume are probably linked to supports on the underside. Probably a 15-foot square platform that's got
Oh, wow.
pulleys and rope systems attached at all 4 corners, with a crank mechanism on the far left side that is hooked to the lion's share of the rigging that runs through this thing. Like I said, it is a rudimentary and simple contraption, but it is quite large, and even from just your cursory glance at it, Tome, you can tell that it has been used ad nauseum. Over the last decade that this town has existed, it has probably been used every day, constantly. And she's looking
Probably just need some oil.
Yeah, so roll me an investigation, Mr. Tome. I'll say roll me an investigation with advantage.
Awesome. And I will, as my eyes kind of like, my eyes actually start like glowing with these like, these arcane symbols as I cast, as a pair of like little spectacles kind of like materialize as I cast guidance.
Hell yeah. I dig that.
Oh.
I dig that. Like, just a little, wink.
Yeah.
That's
like this
cool.
would, yeah, like this little like oranges, yellow like spectacles. Like they aren't even physically. They just like take this shape.
Hell yeah.
It's like a visor. And I will hit 1d4 guidance.
Yo.
Hopefully this works out. That is a
22.
22.
Yeah. It looks like it is a simple problem of an overloaded sprocket. You can tell looking at the as you like kind of look around the backside of it, the gear drive system that runs this thing is very simple and very rudimentary. You've seen more complicated cogworks in your master's previous laboratory than you've seen here, and even them in the tower, the cogwork that you've seen, not anything to write home about. Your average keyless work for graphing time, simple things like that. This is just assisted work. This is simple, and you can kind of tell just by looking at it that what is probably happening is it's going down a significant amount, and then the sprocket that stores the rope spool is getting overloaded and it's slipping off, and that's where the nudge is coming in.
With my tinker tools, would I be able to repair that?
Roll me an 22 investigation's really good. I think you can determine that with an adequate roll of tinker's tools you could fix it, and also with a brief shot of mending you could also repair it.
I turned to, what was this man's name again? I apologize. Did he introduce himself?
Lud. L-U-D.
I turned towards Lud. Mr. Lud.
Well, it's just Lud, but yeah.
With your proper assistance, I believe I can increase the efficiency of this contraption by at least 100%.
I don't know what that means, but I'm interested.
If you assist me in my efforts to repair this device, it shall be not only restored to working order, but better than it ever was.
Okay, you got yourself a deal. What you need?
I simply need your assistance and a stable pair of hands.
Well, you got Lud's hands. And they're shaking a little bit.
I turn towards Calandra.
Type. This should help. It's a religious supplement.
I turn towards Calandra and Hunter. Calandra, Hunter, might you lend me your stable and efficient hands?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you need?
Very well. Do exactly as I say when I say it, and this shall be repaired post-haste.
Heck yeah. Yeah, what is the Tinker Tool roll? I don't ever use them.
It is intelligence plus proficiency.
Roll intelligence plus proficiency with advantage, because you got some help.
And of course, I will guidance myself. The little spectacles kind of appear once again as I, a little tiny, I like to imagine a little tiny, like, not even enough to start a fire, just like a small blowtorch just kind of comes out of my finger due to prestidigitation.
Hell yeah. Just like the...
Let us begin.
The tip goes off, like, backwards like a Zippo and just...
Yeah.
Thank you.
Remember, children at home, do not try this.
I disagree.
Please do not use your finger as a lighter.
Children at home, I disagree. Take apart your parents' remote controls. Don't ask permission.
All right, that is a 15.
Not bad. I mean,
there you go.
Relatively low for Mr. Tome, but not terrible. You guys are able to get it done. It takes a couple minutes, but in no time you've got a what you believe to be a properly functioning lift system.
I walk up to Tome and go, before you put that away, can I borrow that for a second? And then
If it is for your drugs, then no.
Thank you. It is not drugs. It is religious. It's a religious supplement. But thanks, buddy.
He kind of just nods, not really sure what to say, and then turns back to the man. I believe your problem has been solved.
One of them has. I I'm going to have to go ahead and leave you now because, again, we got the higher up saying that we can't be, Mr. Vilmore, he says we can't be going down in the mine because we go down in the mine, we get kidnapped or whatever, come up missing. I don't know. We can't be having that happen. So old Lud's going to stay up here and, well, shit, Lud's just going to be up here and waiting to hope to see you come back upstairs and not scary things, right?
If you require any other things that require repair, make sure you come to me.
You got a deal. And he looks past you, Tome, and he looks over to you, Finn, and he's like, he goes past Tome and he crouches down and he elbows you just a little bit. He's like, I think I'd be interested in some of that religious supplement you got if you be coming out of that elevator later on, okay? You come find Lud.
Well, Lud, we'll have to have a talk first, but I will gladly share my beliefs with you across, of course, a friendly peace pipe, shall we, or a friendly pipe.
Yeah, I put up with weirder stuff. Yeah, that'll work. But yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break here real quick, guys. And then we will delve down into the depths. So yeah, you guys are hanging out in the little entryway, it's a cave of this mine. There is you're on the platform and ready to go. Just let me know when, and we will start heading down.
I'm ready.
Yep, I confidently stride up to the elevator and stand at ready.
Heck yeah. So Lud, standing off to the side, he reaches a big meaty arm around the contraption, grabs it, and he goes, all right, ching-ching. And with a thud, you guys start to descend.
And you start to see Finn slowly, anxiously hold on to he's starting to wring his hands around his knife. He's just,
Hell,
it's like he's he's absolutely terrified of this. He's a forest gnome. He's not used to going underground.
I'm gonna strike up. I'll strike up a torch and just hold it in my hand.
Okay, perfect.
Just on the way down.
I think
that actually makes me feel a little better, buddy. Thank you.
Hunter, what was up?
It is basically nearly impossible to see Hunter right now. It's he's basically completely blending into the darkness. It's just that you have the pinprick eyes, the cowboy hat, and the armor that he's wearing, but his face is completely just blended in.
Heck yeah. Sweet.
I'll hold out and offer the torch to Calandra and just kind of stand next to them and just say, I detect that you are unable to see in the dark, as am I. I believe it would be best if we stuck together.
Probably.
And so you do all descend, and thanks to the quick work of Tome in repairing Bertha, the pulley system that is now lowering you all into the Velmore mines, we don't have to worry about any challenges as we descend the shaft. So it's a roughly 10-minute journey to the bottom. In a relative, darkness until Tome lights his torch, and then you have the warm glow of orange light that is kind of covering the, splaying across the stone walls of the shaft as you guys descend.
Question.
Yeah, what's up?
Is this just descending really slowly, or is it really, really deep? And that's why it takes so long.
roll me a perception check, Cal.
Interesting. You said this. We're descending 10 minutes, correct?
Yeah, roughly.
Would I be able to cast a ritual on the way down?
I'm almost positive. What's the ritual?
I'm casting Unseen Servant in case we need an extra pair of hands.
Absolutely. Let me just tell me real quick what your ritual looks like as you're setting this up.
Basically, like after Tome hands off the torch to Calandra. Am I pronouncing that right, Kat? I just want to make sure. Okay, awesome. Tome just kind of goes motionless, puts his staff on the ground, and the eyes of the elk skull kind of light up with the same like purple energy, and begin to engulf and just kind of like surround Tome for a second before going out into like kind of like what appears to be like a heads up screen as he kind of a counter that goes down from 10, like 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 5 minutes, and then eventually once we hit the bottom it's ding.
Heck yeah.
And then this like kind of ethereal burst of purple like magic kind of occurs, and then nothing.
I got you. Heck
Oh
yeah.
my god, he's another.
and Cal, with a 9 on the perception check, man, your dice rolls tonight are awesome. It is an interesting descent. It is hard to tell because it's just dark and different, but it seems like it's just a slow pace for the most part. You're going down deep, and you're not very sure how far down you're going, but you're not going down that deep. By the time you all reach the bottom, your ears have likely popped, for those of you that have ears, and it's maybe 5-10 degrees cooler down here, but it's not anything. Who in here has got a crazy survival check? Hunter, for free without even rolling, unless you want to roll for fun. It is I'd say you probably have an upper. Have you ever been this far underground before, Hunter?
I don't think he has. I mean, he has done a lot of bounty hunting jobs, but I think it's more just been going out and going in and clearing a den of wolves with a couple other people, but it's not like going deep into a cave. It's just entering the mouth and finding a den.
I gotcha. I will say, yeah, roll me a survival check. We'll just let the dice decide.
14.
14. Not bad. I mean, it's hard to say how far underground you are. I'll say that we are. You guys have not made it far enough underground to see a notable, drastic difference in the types of rocks around you. I'll say that. So, and Adran, are you interested in making a perception check?
I can do that.
Hooray.
So you kind of got the, ooh.
No.
Man. Yeah, you've fucking never been in a mine before. I love it.
No, we're underground. Hey, we're underground. Everyone around me is when they're getting their magics ready, and I'm just sitting there like, I've got a crossbow.
Heck yeah. Give me just 1 second, guys. I have to... I've frozen our cameras for 1 second accidentally.
Hunter, his version of preparation for this is kind of just polishing, fine-tuning the crossbow, kind of getting his bolts ready, just to make sure that, it is, we are ready to go.
I gotcha. Heck yeah. And as you guys reach the... real quick, Rain, will you move to the left or right real quick? Okay, you're good. I just wanted to make sure you weren't frozen. And Tome, can you move real quick? Okay, you're good. I can see you moving.
Slide to the left.
I did the stupid thing where I just minimized OBS, and that is the biggest problem in the world. But, anywho, as you guys make your way off of the platform here, let's see here. You're making ready with your preparations, and the torch is casting off light into a gentle area about 20 feet out that you can see Cal in the darkness and Tome in the darkness. You guys can make out it's a large kind of gathering area, or kind of disembarking area. There is thick wooden beams going up, flanking the shaft on 3 sides.
That's what she said.
Hell yeah, it is. And there is a series of looks like rudimentary or primitive tracks laid into the dirt floor of the mine shaft here that branches off into 3 different directions, going off into 3 different tunnels before you all left, right, and center. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. There are no lights lit, but there are sconces that have been placed into the walls for holding of torches or mage lights. Not really sure what kind of illumination they use down here when the mine's operating.
I'm gonna nod towards something that no one else can see, and the torch that's in Cal's hand just gets snatched into the air by the unseen servant, and as it kind of hovers in front of all of us.
How do you let the torch get snatched out of your hand?
I mean, if you want.
Oh, your lips are moving, but we can't hear you.
Your lips are moving. Oh, okay.
You're just having it.
Our causative making.
Sorry.
Everybody.
Oh, you're good.
I don't know why it does that. Like, if I don't talk for a little while, it just automatically turns off the mic. I can't see this thing, can I? It's invisible, right?
No, it's invisible.
Yeah, she'll probably just let it get taken out of her hand, because it's a little surprising.
Tome kind of smiles juvenilely towards Cal and says, "My apologies. I did not mean to startle you."
A little warning next time, and I'll just hand it to him.
He's a wizard. He says he didn't mean to frighten you, but he fully did. I'm sorry, Hunter. Go ahead.
Secretly, I want to terrify you.
Yeah, but the torch is basically floating in front of us.
Heck yeah. And Hunter, I'm so sorry.
Hunter,
Go ahead.
Hunter, in this moment, I think takes off his hat, flips it to the side on a pouch for maximum efficiency of being able to see everything around him. He kind of looks and is like, "Now, I'm not sure how many of you have ventured into dungeons before of some kind, but I think the wise move here is to stay together, not split up. We don't know what face us here in these there caves."
I would be inclined to agree with you.
Yes.
Heck yeah, me too. I'm the DM, and I'm agreeing with you.
There.
Don't split up. That's how everybody dies.
Correct.
Hunter kind of gestures to his necklace full of animal teeth. There's a one like this here from a cockatrice. Someone split up during that mission, and he's still statue to this day.
Interesting. I wonder if you could animate that statue, and it would still be him or his construct. Interesting. I will have to experiment on this later.
I don't want to think about that.
Do not worry, my friend. I will think about it for both of us.
You would not going to see any rat or any kind of small animals around anywhere, would we?
Anybody that wants to, now that you guys have made your way into this area and you're faced with your 3 paths diverging, you're all, well, more than welcome to make a perception or survival check, whichever you prefer.
Can I guidance myself, sir?
Absolutely.
Then I will do the same.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Good.
Would you say that we are hunting down humanoids?
I think you could bend it to be that way because you are looking for missing people.
Amazing.
How
So
did I
I'm gonna
roll?
use
Oh, I see why.
favorite enemy, advantage on survival checks to find them.
Hell yeah.
See what I get?
Very glad I had that favorite. God!
Nice. 16 for survival on Tome.
Oh, 4 and a
Way
5,
better.
so an 11.
Hell yeah. Thankfully, though, I believe we have reached our... man, we are solid everywhere.
That isn't even with my bless.
Heck yeah, we are solid everywhere with... so yeah, we'll just go down the line. So Finlow is looking for animals, signs of life, anything like that.
Rats, cockroaches, any kind of small beast, or any kind of just had it up here. I can with small or smaller beasts.
Okay.
So any kind of small or smaller beasts.
There are, and you have dark vision, so
Correct. Up to 60 feet.
yeah. So in this moment here, and you're also closer to the ground than everyone else here. There are just innumerable amounts of footprints underfoot, like in the dirt and the dust. Everything has been disturbed. It just, people have been walking through here constantly. There are a fair number of animal print tracks amongst the shoes and feet prints that you see, but they're more humanoid sized, and you're likely to believe that you're looking at possibly some more exotic species or people like that, or like, yeah, pack animals, things like that. You don't.
But as we walk, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, in the first area you find yourself in, there, with a 19, there are signs of mice or rats around. There are some sacks that have been nibbled on. There doesn't seem to be any of them present directly, and it could be because of the sound of the lift descending that it might have. There is one other thing that you do see with a 19, and that is right next to the wall, right next to the paths that lead down each 3 forks of the thing. There is a small hanging metal cage affixed to the wall by each path, and inside of each cage is a small bird that is not alive.
Do I have
That ain't good.
So there's a row of cages that have dead birds in them.
Yeah, there are. Let me see if I can draw this for you.
Row probably isn't the right word. Kind of like going down each tunnel a little ways.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, so
in the mine shaft that old time miners used to use, essentially, right?
yeah.
Mary in a coal mine.
So, like, if this is your 3 mine shaft,
It's not safe for you.
if this is your 3 mine shafts going off, and you guys are on a platform here, you've got little cages on the inside of these shafts.
Okay.
Not sure if there are more elsewhere or what the situation is, but there are a few oddities there. Moving down the line with a 21 on the perception check. Adran, are you looking for anything specific?
Real quick, Jake, before you move on. I just want to have Finlow right now searching for the most active signs of rodents, any kind of thing. He's trying to coax them out. He can speak with small animals. He's trying to say, hey, we're not going to hurt you. We're not looking for you. We're just looking for the big bunch of other people in which line they went down. Help us stay away from them by telling us where they went.
I gotcha. So I'll come back to you here in just a second on that, Finn. In the meantime, maybe think about how you're planning on actually coaxing them out.
Okay.
And so Adran, what were you searching for?
Mostly looking for see if anything's been disturbed, moved, any. I guess not signs of violence because we're not looking for like an active crime scene. We're just looking for people missing. But
yeah, absolutely. And that is an interesting thing. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to create a scene real quick here. Create. Cool. I'm just gonna draw us a little mappy map here just for a second. But yeah, in the interim, you do find so there are tracks that lead out from the platform that you guys were lowered down on. These tracks split off into the 3 different paths before you. Finn is over on the side of the room examining a series of grain sacks, feed sacks that have been nibbled on by some rodents or some type of animal. And next to them, you can see 4 large crates that are about 2 by 4, 2 foot by 4 foot, that are stacked floor to ceiling. The crates appear to be full of raw silver ore. And then the feed sacks that are next to Finn would be generally flour and grain sacks. What you're seeing as you kind of like filling out here is there is no sign of a struggle. There is a lot of signs of business as usual, except for the weird dead birds and the fact that there's no one around. But there doesn't seem to be any sign of any violence or a struggle or anything like that. Nothing disturbed for no reason. No blood or looks of a what the hell is the word I'm looking for here? Like a sanitized crime scene or anything like that.
Gotcha.
And then roll me a d20 real quick, Adran.
I can do that.
Ooh.
Maybe, because I'm not seeing the dice on my... Oh, never mind, because I moved the window. Okay. Never mind.
Oh, you're good.
Technical difficulties.
Story of my life. 12. Heck yeah, 1 tiny second. With a 12. 1 second. I have to look down this giant list of things. With a 12, you find something interesting that you didn't think you would find. You find a small wooden thing. You find a Do you know what a planchette is, Adran?
I am not familiar with that. No.
Oh, perfect chance to say no, but if you know a couple bars, I'll figure it out.
So it is. Give me just 1 second. I'm trying to find a visual aid. This is actually a really good visual aid.
That's a board thing, right?
This is a guitar pick with a hole in the middle of it.
Okay.
And it is very similar to this, but probably about 3 times the size of it. Made out of a really dark and exotic looking hardwood that you've never seen before. And there is a very translucent glass or stone that has been polished that fills that center hole. Whoever said the Ouija board thing, you might have been onto something.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
It does.
I looked it up, and that's
Anytime someone says planchette, that's where my mind goes.
Weird, real quick side story. Guess what I found 3 days ago in the basement, Cat?
You found the Ouija board?
Unopened, still sealed in a box from 2008. Yeah.
Yes! Did you have like the receipt with it?
No, just the box.
I remember buying that, and every now and then it just passes my mind. What was that, like me, you, Lauren, out in Colombia or something?
Something, yeah. And we just,
Yeah.
we bought
There's
it.
a Ouija board. Let's buy it.
We bought
Never
it.
used.
We bought it and immediately lost it. We couldn't
Probably for that.
we couldn't find it to get it out to fuck with it. But yeah, so you find that, Adran,
That's
and it's
so crazy.
kind of it is kind of in between the leftmost path and the elevator that you guys descended on, and it was kind of covered over with dirt and kicked up against the rail so that it was difficult to find. Not like it was intentionally hidden, it's just life coincidented it into the stupidest place possible. But with your fantastic roll, you were able to quickly discover it. The only question now is, where's the rest of it? But then making our way down the rolls just to make sure I get everybody taken care of. Tome, what were you looking for? Anything specific with your survival check?
With that survival check, I'm looking for humanoid footprints specifically. Any ones that specifically, like, because like you get, like, fun fact, you can actually learn a lot about a person based on their footprints. Like I'm basically just trying to triangulate like their like the height, the builds, like just trying to glean as much information as I can out of the humanoid sets of footprints that I see as like possible.
I gotcha. Okay. Let us do. Roll me an investigation, Tome.
Sure thing. That is a 9.
9. Okay. I'll be fair about this. Roll me a percentile.
Sure. 39.
39. We are liking the 9s tonight. Fair enough. I will say that you see the occasional footprint pattern going towards both the left and right tunnels. It's the same footprint pattern both sides. You see it better on the path that's going towards the right side, but it's on both sides. And there's nothing crazy about it aside from a pretty simple weird fact. A lot of the footprints that you're seeing around here, a lot of the like boot print, shoe print, footprint things, it seems like miners are attaching studs to their shoes to not lose purchase on when your average person is wearing, wooden sole shoes that don't have a lot of texture or tread on them. You're seeing a lot of treaded shoes down here, and you're seeing one pair of narrow shoes that are completely flat and smooth and don't look like anything else around it. They actually, in fact, have that slight deviation that you can see that denotes where a heel steps and the rest of the shoe continues.
It's very, so it's like a high heel or like a...
Not necessarily a high heeled, but just a heeled boot of some type.
Based on that, now that I have that information, that the miners have the spike boots, but this pair does not. Would I be able to make one last investigation check to focus specifically on the one that does not have any studs?
Yeah. And what are you trying to glean out of that?
I am trying to glean the most likely path that this specific set of boots, the most likely. They could have taken the multiple paths. I'm trying to directly figure out which one, based on probability, which is the more well-trodden path that these shoes have gone down. If that makes sense.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check, straight. And it will be a little bit of a high DC with this one, but we'll see what we get.
I'll see what I can do.
It'll lead up leading right over to Adrian's feet.
17. Not bad.
Not bad.
With a 17, I will say it is not quite enough to get maybe what you were expecting, but it's not enough, or it's not so little that you don't get anything. What you can pick up from that is there are 2 marks on the ground towards the left side path that might look like a drag mark or a scuff mark. They're very difficult to find and see and notice, but there is something there on the left side that is not present on the right side, and your probability engine tells you that that might mean something.
I turn towards the group. It's a scuff mark on the ground on the left path. What's more, from my analysis of the footprints on the ground, I've been able to ascertain that there is exactly one set of footprints that do not match the others. He kind of points down. Do you notice how these footprints, these ones have little rivets at the bottom? That is because miners likely use some sort of modified boot in order to keep purchase while they are doing their day-to-day activities down here. It would seem that there is one set of footprints that does not match the stride or the style of shoe, and it leads down the left path.
That's our glory there.
I am detecting a 75% chance, so my numbers are not 100% accurate.
That's better than nothing. Lead on, Tin Man.
I had one other point of inquiry.
For me?
I was just talking to the group in general.
Because
his attention immediately snaps towards the cages. Why are there birds down here?
Friend logos. Well, they use these to keep or to check for any kind of gases or any kind of leaks of natural gas that flow through the area, something that could cause us to get killed. The little things are a lot more delicate than the big ones, so they'll go down first. If they see the bird go down, they know to get the hell out of the mine.
Can I investigate the birds?
I would also like to investigate the birds.
Make some investigation rolls for me, gents.
Specifically, how did they die?
Perfect.
That is my question.
I'm going to scratch that investigation check. I would like to make a medicine check on each and every one of these birds.
Okay, perfect. Go for it.
I'm going to guidance myself.
I'll say Hunter gives you the help action. I've been rolling like shit tonight.
I'm going to
acknowledge your weaknesses.
above the table. I understand that this is likely fruitless, but in character, he is very frightened by the kind of laissez-faire use of life.
Hell yeah.
There's a fascinating. There is a thing of like what. Oh, sorry, you go first.
Oh no, you go first, bro. Sorry, I didn't have anything.
There's a thing of were these birds killed by poison, or are there any visible wounds on them? Because if there's visible wounds, someone killed these birds on purpose.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm not trying to figure out how they died. I'm trying to resuscitate.
Oh, my thing was trying to figure out how they died. So I need to make a separate check for that.
Yeah, if you guys want to, go ahead. Roll them separately.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
If you can,
I should have clarified because he is absolutely appalled by the notion that people find these specific lives expendable.
I mean, valid.
If you can revivify the bird, I can speak with it and see what's been happening.
If I attempt to put a good berry like in one of these birds' mouths, would that give me advantage? That does restore hit points.
It does. I will say for right now, without a check, they appear to be dead. I will say you can put a good berry in their mouth, but it won't mechanically sway in that situation.
I will still make the attempt with a medicine check.
Yeah, absolutely. And Hunter
to resuscitate.
That was a 6 on my medicine check.
These dice tonight, man. They hate you and they hate Cal real bad.
Can we say that Finn was helping me?
Yeah, we'll see. What does
Mr. helping me?
That's fine, yeah.
You know, Finn is after the little birdie birds, so we will say that Finn is helping you. You can go ahead and roll that with an advantage, because Finn is after the small critters.
Nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Friendship is the best ship. Sorry, Tome, what was your result there?
I'm about to roll.
Alrighty.
Wow, that is a 21. Actually, that's a 24.
Alright.
Nice.
Now I can talk about birds, guys. Now I can talk about birds.
I've been excited for this.
Again, that 24 is an attempt to... I'm trying this on all of them. I'm attempting to resuscitate. I know it's probably not going to work, but that's the way the character goes.
I really hope
I
would really love to
hear die.
So, we will start with Hunter. All 3 of these birds have been... Okay.
They were killed by a woman wearing black and white, trying to make a coat. I heard she moved on to dogs, though.
101 Parakeets just doesn't have the same ring to it.
It really doesn't. Sounds terrifying.
Meanie the Fiend.
So, with your, in this moment, Hunter, with your lineage, we'll say, I will say you get an idea that there doesn't appear to be anything like physically wrong with them. They appear to be, and this is the complicated thing, because gases kill silently and other things kill silently, and what we've got here are 3 birds, which they're all cold and they're all stiff, so they've all been
how long have they been dead for on a nat 20?
On a nat 20, on a nat 20, the better part of The better part of 24 hours at this point.
Okay, so recent.
Recent. And Cal, I feel like being nice to you. Roll me a history check. Let's see what happens. The audience at home has been seeing me fuck with the map that I've been trying to draw for the last 20 minutes, so sorry, guys. I'm distracted. 11. Not terrible. With an 11...
I've been, yeah.
With an 11, I will give ya... it's not been terribly long since you guys were up talking to the Margrave. He had mentioned that there was a missing miner that had happened a few weeks back, and then another, and then another. So they've been slowly kind of going missing here and there, and it seems like this order to stop work in the mines is a very recent thing. So it looks like, it's hard to say, but these fellows probably have met their maker after the workers have abandoned the mines. This is kind of the vibes you guys are getting.
Left down there to die and died of starvation or something along those lines.
Yeah. And then, well, and it's hard to say. Actually, Tome with a 24 on the medicine check, as you're sitting there trying to bring life back into your little woodland companions that you've spent the vast majority of your existence spending time with. What you see, Tome, are creatures that have, and you know that birds need a caloric intake steadily, or you know there ain't much to them, you know. So, but what you notice with these is that they have been dead for a little bit, and they may be beyond normal means of resuscitation. Roll me an Arcana check, Tome.
Does that mean we do not get to hear your bird voice, Jake?
I'm going to assume I can't guidance this. I just want to ask before I.
You can. I'll let you guidance it.
Okay.
And Rain, yeah, the bird voice will come.
Well, I mean, I love George's voice, so I cannot wait to hear what a little Tweety bird would sound like.
I really hope this works out.
I believe in you.
Also, yeah, Jake, tell me what it is. I'm not gonna look at the screen.
Okay.
Not
great. It is a 15, which is still not terrible. But man, these rolls tonight are hilarious. With a 15, Tome, I will say it's a little low for the DC normally, but Tome.
Yeah, we're recording.
But Tome, you do detect. Sorry, 1 second.
We're recording this. I left it right there.
1 second. So you do detect that these birds were killed with magic. And it's a magic that you, Tome, are intimately familiar with.
I'm going to remove the birds from the cages and put them in a pouch.
Okay. Birds in a bag.
And then I'm going to very violently slam the cages off the counter and start stomping them.
They're kind of hanging on a little chain, but yeah, you're easily able to...
Like, I'm just like a man possessed, just stomping on them like mercilessly as hard as I can.
Exterminate. Oh yeah. Yeah, you definitely do detect the faintest little traces of necromantic magic from them.
We are dealing with magic that I am very intimately familiar with. These birds did not die of natural causes. They were killed by necromancy.
Can you bring them back?
Kind of looks down. No. I am far too weak to bring these creatures back to life.
Aww.
Just another failure. I would like to begin ritual casting Detect Magic, now that I know what to look for.
Let me...
If you want to move on to...
Well,
I was going to say, if you want to move on to someone else, that's fine.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and try and save you 10 minutes there.
Okay.
With this, for some reason, Tome, you're not exactly sure why, but for some reason, there is a trail of this magic that does lead down that left-hand passageway. It's a faint trail, but it doesn't lead down any of the other ones.
I'm just going to, like a Terminator, just start walking in that direction.
Heck yeah. Little torch
And
in
he is...
hand, Tome heads off. Or no, your servant has the torch, correct?
Yeah, but those watching notice that Tome is gripping his bone staff as hard as he possibly can. And yes, that is an innuendo. I see you smiling.
Chicken wow wow.
Okay, but seriously.
God, it's just been so good tonight. I've been really trying to be good.
Hey.
But it, without even making an insight check, he is beyond pissed.
And the only thing I could think whenever you were talking about birds was Android 16 in the DBZ abridged saga. Birds, I must kill birds.
Yeah.
What is your favorite bird?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not being funny, Jake. This was perfect. It was so perfect.
Anyway.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
So, you take off down the pathway. Do the rest of you all follow after?
Hunter immediately follows after his friend.
Okay,
Like
perfect.
he is
Cal will too.
visibly shaking with with rage. Like he is very not happy.
Heck yeah.
Finn just sees everyone start to run away. He's got his hands buried deep into some grain he's gonna throw out to try and grab the rest. Like, oh shit, hold on guys, I'm catching up. I'm little, my legs don't work as fast as yours. And so I run to try and catch up.
And as you do, Finn, maybe 20 feet down the passageway, I wasn't forgetting about you, sir. You see a rat dead on the side of the path.
Dead?
Dead.
Okay.
Rude.
I'm looking mostly for alive animals. Can't really speak with dead ones. But I'm going to stop and check on it, maybe poke it with my blade just to see if it's alive. If I get any kind of life left out, any kind of movement out of it whatsoever. So I'm sure they're going poke, poke, poke.
Yeah, and pretty quickly off of your first poke, it seems like it's
not going to move.
In the exact state of dead as the birds.
Okay.
And yeah, likely the exact same amount of time as well. And as you guys move down this pathway, it's a pretty large mine shaft here. Or I guess shaft isn't the right word, tunnel is. But there is a slight decline to it as well, maybe 9-10 degrees grade as you guys are going down, but it's not enough to be difficult outside of maybe, putting some strain on your calf muscles as you guys are walking. But as you guys descend, the tunnel begins to lighten slightly. from a
Lighten?
from a light source off in the distance, quite a ways off yet, but enough that the light is spilling into the tunnel ever so slightly, to the point where immediately around you in the darkness, it makes it slightly difficult to see, actually. But as you guys are walking, Tome, I believe you are leading the way. Can you roll me a perception check?
Sure. You got it. That is a 14.
14. Perfect. With a 14, Tome, you, man, with the meets it, beats it. These rolls have been low today, but
it's been working out.
Just by the seat of your pants, you squeak by,
just barely,
and you're at a full.
I am not even remotely attempting to conceal my presence whatsoever.
And that's all well and good, and you're making your way down the pathway, and who knows what it is that causes you to look down for just a tiny second, but your foot stops cold right at the tripwire. And you're able to backpedal. But there is, sure enough, about a foot off the ground, a insignificant little silver wire running across the...
Interesting. I'm going to have the unseen servant hand me the torch, and I'm going to back up to a healthy distance and turn to my friends. There is a tripwire on the ground. My servant will disarm it.
Oh, okay.
I have a theory. I believe that these individuals are using these traps to disarm those who come down here, and then seizing upon the opportunity of their confusion. However, if the unseen servant were to trigger the trap, then they would find nothing, and we would have an ambush.
Ooh.
I recommend we ready our weapons.
I can cast minor illusion to hide us a little bit better.
That would be wise. Whatever we can do to conceal our presence until the end. Hunter.
Do we see any juttings, outcroppings, or anything that we can hide behind that would fill that 5x5 that would give us good cover? Or can we do like a big boulder or something for us to hide behind?
Well, so let me give me just 1 second, actually, and I will show you exactly what you all see.
Can I just say it's really fun to play a high-end character?
Heck yeah. This is a high detail map after the one I just showed you guys, but I'm pretty sure you guys can get what's going on here. You got a tripwire up here in the middle, and the rest of you guys are back here. There is some space over here that you could possibly throw an illusion up on the corner and get a little bit of an obfuscation going on. If you give me another 10 seconds, I can check on something else. That's not the drawing tool. That's not going to help me. I'm just looking at our friend here who is still with you and not doing anything. I will have Melee also help you, Finn, with another minor illusion, and that can make a 10-foot cube if you want.
Fantastic. Let's do like an earthbender shell type thing. You know what I'm talking about? Going from about 7 foot up so we can all crouch as wide as you will let us make it, and all the way down up against a wall. So it looks like a part of the wall.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
I do. I don't know that I can do that much. What we can do is kind of what I was meaning is like you could put out a box, and when I say a box, I mean 5-foot pile of dirt or whatever, and Melee could
Gotcha.
put out another pile of dirt. And
Gotcha. It's giving us a place to hide. Gotcha.
Yeah. Instead of like, creating like
A dome.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
But
Yeah, then we'll do that to hide.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you guys can all kind of tuck up under, if you're behind the weird wall of, whatever, I'll call you guys. I'll allow you guys to roll a stealth check.
It's basically like a mess.
Sorry.
Can I prepare an action?
Yeah, what's up, Hunter?
I want to prepare an action the moment there's a hostile in sight. Fire my crossbow at it.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Perfect. So we will kind of just tuck everybody in here. And got your minor illusions out there.
24.
24. The rest of you guys, if you wouldn't mind, roll me a stealth check as you guys get in your hidey holes. Adran, are you...
guidance?
Yeah, I'd say you guys have enough prep time to guidance your stealth.
All right.
Wow, actually good for once today.
Heck yeah. Cal's actually rolled good for once today too, yeah.
Wow. 17.
Wow.
I suggest we shoot to we do not shoot to kill as we wish to extract information.
Heck yeah. Information.
However, the individual who is giving off that necromancy is mine.
I got a 6 total.
But on the bright side, Finn, you are shorter than the illusion.
Jay, but hey, I'm not short. I'm 4'2". That's above average for a dwarf or for a gnome.
Hell yeah, it is. Perfect. You guys, for the group average there, you are well hidden.
I'd like to prepare a magic missile.
Okay.
Under the same parameters as Hunter.
Absolutely.
And before we cast this, I do want to say that little prayer and cast Bless on, let's do on Calandra, on Hunter, and on Tome.
Okay. Calandra, Hunter, and Tome, you guys are blessed. That is a
Or no, I'm sorry. Tome, you're going to stay back. You're going to do long range. I meant...
Oh yeah, I also use Matt. I don't really need the plus to hit.
What is Matt's character, or what is Pixel's character's name?
Adran.
Adran.
Gotcha.
Yeah, on the melee, more focused melee.
I gotcha. Okay. So, got some blesses spread across there. I will, as you guys are hunkering down there behind Finn and Melee's images, it's quiet for just a weird, brief fragment of time as... Tome, are you sending your servant?
I will hold up my hand, and then I will snap my fingers to command and mentally command it to aggressively grab the wire.
Hell yeah. Your unseen servant does the coolest fucking thing you'll never ever see, as it like just bam zips across the room and bloop, tripwire, and nothing happens. At least for a second. And then that light at the end of the hallway, or the end of the tunnel that you guys could see vaguely, you can see motion across it as something is moving in the tunnel. And then a figure steps into the torchlight a few moments later. You see long,
Oh, sorry.
gray hair, silver hair. It's hard to tell between a combination of dark vision and chromatic vision and the light and the shadows playing off of it. You see pale skin, but not deathly pale. Important. Think melee. And you see dark robes and clothing. As he just looks around the space. And Tome, what were you saying?
I do have something to say now.
Yes.
His eyes turn red, and he says, "Target acquired."
Hell yeah. So we do have 2 held actions, correct? I've got one from Mr. Hunter and one from Mr. So Hunter, you called out the hold first, so you go ahead and shoot your crossbow.
And I have bless, right?
You sure do. Wait, no, Adran does. Wait.
Yes, no. Will, Calandra,
Hunter, Calandra, and Adran.
Adran.
Gotcha. Yeah, you got bless.
All right, this chair just freaked me out there for a minute. It has a tendency to break its lock.
Heck yeah.
So bone. Oh no, that's just held action. Never mind. $19 hit.
1 second, I'm pulling up the sheet real quick because my internet is being slow, I believe. Yes, 19
Good Lord,
will hit.
Let me just see what guidance added to it. Unnatural 20, and that is 8 damage.
8 damage, heck yeah. 8 damage is 8 damage. You, this guy is just kind of, it's really odd. He's looking around because there is a glow of torchlight in the room that is confusing to him and concerning to him, but he can't see anything. But his trap just was sprung. He's looking around confused, examining up and around, and you can see his fingers start to move like he may be about to cast a spell when all of a sudden there is just a thunk, and Hunter's bolt streaks out from under this conjured pile of dirt and plants itself into his left clavicle hard. As in that exact moment, there is another streak of vibrant purple energy as Tome, your magic missiles fire off.
Yep, all 3 of them, these glowing, ethereal, purple, like violet spears, just rocket towards this man. I have a very important question to ask DM. This will determine how I describe this.
Okay, go for it.
Does the trail of necromancy lead back to him?
I will say, in this moment, it's hard to say. But
then I am going to wound but not aim to kill.
Okay.
I am directly targeting the magic missiles towards points that will hurt, like the stomach, like the area around the trying to dig into his shoulder a bit more with where the bolt was struck, and just kind of just trying to cripple this man but not kill him to the best of my ability. It probably won't. He's
maim,
probably
not murder.
Exactly. Although he is not exactly happy.
Hell yeah.
The murder may come later.
Right.
Maybe.
So,
depending on how the.
So hell yeah. So you're I just want to look at something here.
Let's see if he has shield.
That's exactly what we're seeing. The magic missiles hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Awesome. That was a very pregnant pause. It was exactly the same vein of "You are not the father."
I would hope not. Aren't you a robot?
Life finds a way. So that is with
chaos theory.
All right. So with 3d4, that's 7 plus the 1s from each one of those. So that's 10 force damage as these things rocket out. I will say, due to the accuracy that the spell allows, it just drives the bolt even deeper.
Hell yeah.
Into his shoulder.
10 force damage. And it just whack, whack, whack with this just powerful bolt of energy. And he's shocked and he stumbles back and he looks down, touches his shoulder, and he seems to like smell the finger where he touched his shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah. And he rolls his head back and he looks around the room and he says, "Now the fun begins." And he points a finger out and up. And then he turns and walks away. And as he turns, skeletal hands rip out from the ground and begin to pull themselves free.
Should have known.
And we're going to go ahead and pick up there next week, guys.
Oh boy. I'm gonna have to fight undead.